And we are live. What is going on, everybody, from behind the big printer? Happy Wednesday. Happy first day of October. That is wild to say. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm going to just apologize in advance. I had the plans to get a good night's sleep, and apparently my body had other plans, but I think I tossed and turned till probably 5:30-ish, and then Jack had come in a couple of times by 9, so I had to delay it like 30 minutes just to get my head on straight. I didn't want to not stream today because I'm super excited, but if I am a little bit less enthusiastic than normal, or a little bit squirrelier, or just forget to do something that I probably wouldn't normally forget, that is the reason why. I am running on serious fumes today. Oh, not serious. Hold on. I guess that is the... There we go. Asio, hey, Asio, 10 months. Thank you so much for the 10 months. Yeah, sorry, I said SIRI, or I didn't say that, but it sounded like that, and the iPad freaked out. So I hope everybody is doing well. I have done quite a bit of stuff with this printer since we saw this printer last, and just stuff in the garage. But let me see who's all here today. We've got Tuxedos in the house. We've got Viking, Delmar. Rob is here. Lord Gitface. Nice is here. I think I said Hasio a second ago. I definitely did. Lewis is here. Let's see. Who else is here? Who else is here today? Did I miss? I feel like I missed people up here. Shrimp Father's here. Kegel's here. Let's see. Scrolling through here. Yeah, if I didn't just say Rob, thank you so much for the 20 months. I gotta do some sound effects for you guys. Yeah, I hope everybody is doing awesome. Hello, Troy. So, for the new level, dude, thank you so much, Andrew. I appreciate it, man. I did end up getting a nice with the 40 months. That is crazy. So I did end up getting an electrician out here last Monday, and he quoted me. Originally, the plan was dedicated circuits, but now I'm thinking like a dedicated on this side with a circuit, or not a circuit, but a receptacle tied to it on that side, and then a dedicated on this side with a receptacle tied on this side. The mini split hookup, a switch right here with connections in the ceiling for more lighting, and then there was one other, and then a dedicated circuit upstairs. And I got the pricing, and it is a few $1,000s, but it was actually less than I was expecting based off the prices I saw online. So I'm hoping that in the coming month or two here that maybe I can get some of that stuff done. But the good news is, for right now, I'm gonna have to unplug a cable. But I did get some stuff figured out, so we can hopefully... Whoa, Delmar with the 41 months. That's crazy. Thank you so much. I did... One second here. I don't know how well I'll be able to show this. Let me see if I move this right here. I move the trash can out of the way. And I move this right here. And I lift you guys up a little bit. Like this. And I zoom in as far as this thing will take me. That'll probably do. So last week we looked at the... Can I go around this way? I don't even know. RS, thank you so much for the 37 months. You guys are awesome. Cheers, everybody. So, I did, after last week's stream, take a look at this, and let me unplug this really quick. This is my fan. You can go over here. I did determine that this was indeed a 20 amp circuit. It just didn't have the proper receptacle for a 20 amp circuit. So I ended up buying a receptacle online on Amazon that had good reviews, and it had to be a GFCI outlet because of code here. And it was occasionally flickering, and I thought maybe it was something I did, potentially, but I double checked everything, and I'm like, no, my wiring seems fine. So then I ended up going to just the big box store and basically getting, what was the brand on here? Leviton, which is the same brand that the builder used for all the other outlets, and it's working fine. So we do have a 20 amp here. I do have this hooked up to it, which is just my sprinkler, so that shouldn't really be taking any, it shouldn't be drawing anything really. It's not, there's no sprinklers running right now, and it's just a flip on and off switch, but we do have our outlet, so I'm really happy about that. So we can indeed now plug this thing in. That was a huge concern of mine. Yeah, it's funny, Tuxedo, because I went down to Home Depot. So I had seen the one on Amazon, but after last week's stream, I was like, no, I really, wait. Is the picture screwed up? The picture looks like it's not full screen. What is going on here? When I do this, is it cutting out? Is it full screen? I think it is, actually. I think I'm just seeing something weird. Wayne with the 31 months, thank you so much. Let's see. So, after last week's stream and seeing that it was a 20 amp, I was super excited. And I looked on Amazon and was like, cool, it's like 10 bucks. I ran down to Home Depot, and the cheapest one that they had was like $26. And I was like, that seems like it's really expensive. And so I bought the one on Amazon that came the next day. And then after seeing it, and then I talked to Steve, I think that night, I determined that there's a time and a place to save the $15. And when it comes to your 20 amp receptacle, just pay more money and get the better receptacle. So that was a lesson learned. But yeah, it's ready to rock and roll. So we are, okay, it's on full screen, cool. I think it's because I have like the mouse clicked on the image, so it's showing that it's kind of cropped. There's like this, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but I'm glad it's full screen. Hey TJ, Hobo, thank you so much for the 20 months, man, cheers. So yeah, I think Cassio mentioned it, but yesterday was my birthday. I am officially 33 years young. It was a very low-key birthday. Erin made breakfast, which was awesome. She did bagels and lox, which is sort of like a tradition around here. And then we basically got the kids together and we just grabbed, there's a little like poke bowl spot that's not like a sit down and serve. It's kind of like a Subway, like a Subway where you go up and you say, put this on, put that on, put this on, and then we ate there. So it was really nice. I think my parents said that when they're in town in a month, they want to do like a family get-together, belated dinner thing for the birthday. But yeah, it was a nice day. I did that, and then I spent a lot of the day editing and working on just work stuff. So pretty standard day. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. We'll do a little squirrel. Another year squirrelier. So let me also show you guys the main thing I've kind of done since last time I saw you guys was, and I didn't get as much time as I'd hoped for, so it doesn't look that great, and I am a little bit sad because I wanted to get some oohs and ahs, and I don't think I'm gonna, I don't think this is ooh and ah deserving, but everything is at least connected. So all the wires are connected. The main things I did was, Andrew, thank you so much, man, for the donation. Happy belated birthday fund. I appreciate it. Probably gonna go towards a nice coffee at some point. Oh, nice. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Afternoon from Texas. Hey, Brent. Yeah, go towards a really strong coffee now. No, it'll go towards the electrical fund. So the main things I did since last time I saw you guys was I shortened all of the AC wires for the beds. And you guys, I'd never seen these inline Wagos, and I'm sort of obsessed. So we've got the inline Wagos, which made it really simple to just shorten and run these. The ground cable was too short, so I wish I had another yellow cable, but I ended up basically just taking part of the clipping from the AC cable for the ground. I did shorten all of the, well, I shortened 3 of the AB motor cables. I had to solder and extend one of them. It was just too short. The plan is to 3D print out a, tuxedo. Thank you. I don't think I have, thank you so much to Tuxedo as well. Thank you, Collie. Yeah, I had some birthday hats from when we did a birthday celebration, or maybe it wasn't a birthday celebration, maybe it was an anniversary channel celebration years ago, but unfortunately they didn't make the move, so I don't have no birthday hats, yeah, at this point. So these are all plugged in, and then the main thing I need to do is I'm gonna print out probably one of Steve's little like VHB zip tie anchors to go here and hold this together. The main things that are really long, like I'm not gonna cut and recrimp everything. I'm not doing it, but this guy is ridiculously long. This is just a fan cable, and this thermistor is really long. So I will probably trim these and recrimp the JST on them, so that way they're a bit shorter. But yeah, everything else is in here. Oh, you might notice, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Let's see. If you look at these are called flag connectors. I learned from, I think, Tuxedo. on the last stream here. Here we go. So you might notice that one of these is a different color. Well, I bought those Wegos primarily. Man, somebody took my email and has been just using it to sign up for all sorts of accounts. I've probably gotten 50 emails in the last 24 hours from like people using it for recovery. Somebody used it to make an account for like 3 different investing sites, 2 gambling sites, all sorts of stuff. It's actually, because I've had the email for so long, I feel like I'm lucky that this is the first time it's happened, but I just got an email right now from Coinbase saying that here's your withdrawal code. So somebody's having fun with my email, which is a lot of fun. Anyways, one of the main reasons I went with these little inline Wegos was so that way I wouldn't have to recrimp these flag connectors, because well, I don't have a crimp for them. I had never seen them before, and Tuxedo had mentioned that like if you have to look for the crimp, wondering if you have it, you don't have it. So what happened was, as I was doing this, one of them came off and I tried to like crimp it with stuff I had here, but like Tuxedo had mentioned, it just wasn't gonna happen. So I guess long story short is I am the proud owner of another set of crimpers. So these are for the flag connectors. It's kind of funny because the kit I came with 3 different sizes of, let me show these, 3 different sizes of connectors, but unfortunately the crimpers only do the red and the blue, and then there's some different jaws I can swap out that aren't really for this, but they show you how to use it with the yellow ones. But according to the ratings on here, the blue was rated for, I think it said 26 amps, and since each of these is for one bed specifically, that is, even if it's not rated for 26 amps, that should be way, way, way over what I'm gonna need for doing this. So yeah, I believe that we are basically ready to just plug this thing in and power it on. I think I would like to just quickly check the diagram one more time for my own sanity. And then we also need to throw the fan and the fan cover back on over all the drivers. So we'll do that really quickly here, but I really do want to get the ball rolling today. Hey, Steve! Hey, thank you so much, man, for the birthday wishes. I was just telling everyone that, like, it was a very low-key birthday, but Aaron did make me some breakfast, which was really yummy. And then when, in the evening after I was working for a bit, I was like, you know, it sounds good, pokey. So when we went and got poke bowls, which was really nice. Yeah, I agree. I started off with 1 pair of crimping tools, and now I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is the count I'm at. I've got like a manual JST, a ratcheting JST. I've got a spade connector. Now I've got a flag connector, and I've got a ferrule connector crimp. Those are the 5. Thank you, Kegel. I appreciate it. And when you have the style of crimpers that actually work, some wire strippers have the crimper around the grips. Wait, for the flag connectors? I don't think mine... Yeah, mine doesn't. My wire strippers are... I guess they are IWIS. Unless this is the specific thing you're talking about, but it basically just looks like some... This is all... These are my... Whoa, did this freeze? Nope, I'm just holding it too low. These are my handy wire strippers. These have been awesome. I've used these for so many years. They're the... What are they? I can't see. You guys can maybe see that now, but they're the FSA 06... What does it say? 0626. So, yeah, these have been awesome. But yeah, all they've got is like, they've got tiny little teeth there that I have used to pinch the legs in a little bit here and there, but not for crimping things with. Gotcha. You have 5? Cool. We have the same amount then. Okay, so let me pull up the wiring diagram really quickly here. Here's our beautiful wiring diagram. So I am confident, well, okay. Z0 through Z3 were not numbered on the cables. It just, they all said Z. but I used the length of the cable based off of how far the cable had to travel to get to the electrical box, with them all being the same size to plug those in. So I feel pretty good about those. We're not doing the LED right now outside of what's connected to the tool head. I feel good about these. This, I did end up adding the little, not magnetic thing, but the interference or signal thing to the other side of the cable. So I did do that. I feel good about this because we did this on stream and checked it. I felt good about this. The thing I'm really, this I double triple checked, so I feel good about that. What else? I have no way of accessing these without removing the power supplies fully. So hopefully these are okay. I think we'll know based on, I mean, luckily, if they're set to 220 and I'm on 110, the heating will just be really, really slow for the hot end. So I feel pretty good about that. But yeah, I did check. There's no easy way for me to actually access these switches. So I'm going to hope that FYSETC actually sent the, you know, the power supply is set to the correct voltage, which might be optimistic on my part. HPD membership incoming. Is that, what is that? HPD. What is that? I don't know that. Oh my gosh, happy, what is that? Happy, is that Jeez Louise. Thank you so much, Steve, for all the gifted memberships, man. You're awesome. Cheers, buddy. That's crazy. I've been trying to read off everyone that got gifted memberships, but 20 might be tough. Let's see. You got Steve, Milo, Joseph, Petty, Tin, Andrew, John, oh no, it's scrolling. Grant's Auto Essentials, Battery Boost, another Steve, Dave Dunbar, Diamond Dog Racing, Suker Junk, and I missed a few. Thorpe. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, man. Yeah, the only things that I feel like maybe I should check are the jumpers, really. But I feel like 7 jumper caps. So it looks like, I don't know, I feel like they did these, I feel like they would have had these installed, but okay, if I look above the fans, it looks like far left. I wish this zoomed in more. I don't think I could even, okay, it does zoom in a bit more. Okay, so we've got far left, far right, far right. So let me check those really quickly here. Also, the focus is not doing the focus thing today. There we go. Okay, so yep, far left, far right, far right. Yeah, that looks fine. It looks like there's a jumper down here, but I don't see up top. That looks fine. And then I see a jumper. Is that a jumper further down? No, that's a hallucination. The only other jumper I can think of is, it looks like there's probably one in the tool head, perhaps, is what we're looking at here. Yes, it looks like there's supposed to be one on the tool head. You guys, nice with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. This is all this is gonna go towards that electrical, the electrical. I don't think. Yeah, wait, Steve, had I? No, because it was after. It was. I talked to you last week. Yeah, I did. So an electrician did come out Monday, and I got pricing for a bunch of stuff. So it is a few thousand, but that's actually, based off the numbers I was seeing online, like it's less than what I was thinking the worst case scenario would be. So I'm probably gonna end up doing it, but just, I don't know if I'm gonna piecemeal it or not, because I don't know, we'll see. But it's basically the pricing for 2 20 amps in the garage, with an extra receptacle off each of them, a light switch on its own circuit with 2 ceiling mounted switches, the hookup for the mini split, and a dedicated circuit for the studio upstairs. I did ask some questions about electrical to the shed, and I asked about, based off what I was planning on doing, and they said that they think that if they do the 20 amp for the lighting, that they can basically just tap into that lighting, since I'm only going to be basically charging stuff out there and maybe running an occasional saw. And then basically they would have to trench and then run a oh gosh, a conduit, like piece of conduit. But they also told me like they don't think that that should be done until I actually know where the shed's going and all that stuff. So that, I don't think that was part of the quote. I signed up for the U1. Nice, nice, nice. Hey Raven, yeah, so on the, I actually should have a U1, I think, in the next week here. Snapmaker reached out to me like a week and a half ago, basically just saying, hey, sorry it's taken us so long to get back to you. Things have been crazy here. And after your last message, we basically wanted to wait until we had a Kickstarter, like a final retail, you know, Kickstarter unit available, which is what they said they've got. So I did back it as well. So I will get a backed unit. But this way I can at least see what the final retail unit's gonna look like. They did say that there was no strings attached, so like I don't have to wait to show anything. So as soon as it shows up, we can like unbox it, poke at it, and it should be, as far as I'm aware, the final unit that everyone's gonna be getting, which is I'm much more interested in than, you know, what the sort of pre-Kickstarter units were like. So, oh nice, you did everything. I didn't get any of the like enclosure or hardened nozzles, but hopefully hopefully I will end up picking those up at some point here. Okay, so let me just really quickly verify that we have a jumper on this area right here. Let's see. I don't think it was on there, but I could be wrong. Okay, so there are jumpers. One of them, okay, so they're both on the far right side. And what did we need? That looks right. They look like they're supposed to be, I don't see a jumper here, but it didn't tell me to remove a jumper, so we'll leave the jumper, wait, where'd it go? Yeah, so I have a jumper there, and I also have a jumper here, so we'll just leave that. I think we're ready to freaking power this thing up, everybody. Yeah, I think we're ready. I'm curious about the Wonder Make as well. I'm really curious about that. Okay, yeah, actually I lied. We need to put the fan back on because we want to have cooling, and then we're basically ready to power this up. So let me move you guys off to the side. I am quite nervous to turn this thing on. This is, I think this is the longest, I could be wrong. The tool changer took us a while to build as well, but we've been building this for 2.5 months now. So I am eager to get this thing powered on, but also just a little bit nervous because of the fact that it's got a lot going on. It's got a lot going on. All right, let me grab my driver. How was 3D Printopia for anybody that went? I know a few of you guys definitely went. Oh, okay. So actually, how was this? So I think I first actually need to just install this shroud thing, and then the fan goes on afterwards. Let me also move this tablet so I can see what you guys are saying. Let me unplug it for a minute here. Not as crowded? Okay. Wait, was it at a new spot, or there just was less people, or what was the difference? Because I think I saw that there was 3,000, was it like 3,300 people? And I have no idea. I was there last year, but I don't know. I have no recollection of what the count was last year. So I don't know if that was more or if that was less. Okay, so let's push. I think we'll push these. Yeah, it seems like that'll probably work okay. Not as crowded. Oh, yeah, I read that already. Printopia was fun, a little overwhelming. I barely got away from my table. Okay, so it was busy then. So what made it not as crowded then? I think it was in the same, was it not in the same gymnasium? I thought from the photos I saw, it seemed like less people, but it may have been more spread out over the day, not as mass crowds as last year. Got it. Yeah, I thought from the photos I saw it was in the same like gymnasium, right? They didn't move locations, did they? Oh, that's right. Next year they're in Pennsylvania. Because I did see, I think it was Mandic that posted that, because he didn't get to go this year, that he's hoping he can go next year because I believe he's from PA. My first Printopia, so I don't have a compare. Okay, got it. Yeah, I've only been to one. I didn't go to, I wasn't able to get to any of them when they were ERFs. So last year was the first one I went to, and I remember it being, is that Jackson coming out? Door handle wiggled. I remember it being pretty busy because I remember Steve and I because I was, oh crap, do I have to, I don't know if I can actually get this connector on. That's a bummer. Okay, well last year I remember Steve and I were like, hey, let's go for a walk, and I think it was on the second day, and I remember it took us forever just to even get down one row because we were talking to people. It felt pretty crowded, but I don't know if it was just us and, you know, kind of lollygagging and chatting with everybody, or whether it was super busy. Okay, let's see if I can get this in both my hands. If not, I'll have to take the stinking bracket off, but it's kind of an awkward, I think I should be able to do this, maybe. Come on, buddy. Am I doing this the right way? Yeah, the holes are right there. Okay, I might have to just pop this thing off. I don't want to break this bracket. It feels like it should be going in, but it's not. Wait, did it go in? Did I just get it? Okay, I think I just got it. Sweet. Okay, no, we don't have to undo it. Awesome. Hey Raj. Bummed they didn't let us cruise around on the tiny bikes though. Oh, interesting. How was the weather this year? Last year I remember it being pretty humid. Did it snow on the, or am I thinking of Chicago? I mean, am I thinking of Rocky Mountain Rap Fest that had some snow? That's probably, I'm probably mixing it up. I don't think there's snow in this time of year. Hot outside, okay. Yeah, I do remember it being humid. I know when I got picked up from the airport, I was definitely like, oh, it is a little bit swampy here. Okay, this doesn't need to be tightened down very hard. It was Rocky, yeah, it was probably Rocky on. I remember they had food trucks one day, and I'm pretty sure when we were going out to the food trucks, I think it was snowing. It might have been rain, but I thought it was snow. It's not on my drive home this year from Rocky Mountain. Okay, yeah, it was probably that. Humid, overcast for some of the day. Okay. Was there a lot of outside stuff? Like I assume they did the, like dragsters, right? Or the why can't I think of what they're called right now? The battle cars, the death racers. Can I find the, there we go. Oh, maybe? Why are we not going in? Oh, I mean, I'm gonna try a different angle. Death Racers, XL Death Racers, nice, one after the other, okay. How was the turnout for that? Is it still kind of growing in popularity, or is it a lot of the same folks? I don't know. I feel like with things like Big Tree Tech doing kits, why is this? It looks like it's aligned. Okay, I got it. Just required a little bit more force. All right, so I do have to spin this around for it to be able to actually reach the outlet. So I think I've dropped two of the legs down, so I'm gonna have to just loosen this. It's gonna be a little bit sketchy here. A little bit sketchy. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, we're lifting up higher. This is not the right way. Okay, so left is the direction I need to go. Okay, this one is definitely on wheels now. Remove my water. Because I can't just do like a perfect spin with all this crap on here, so I have to like kind of lift spin, which is not ideal. These feet actually came with the kit, believe it or not. It's intended to be on casters. So my plan is to build a wooden workbench for this, like basically what it's sitting on right now, but a smaller version of it that fits it perfectly. And I'll probably just put like guardrails up so it can't, I mean, I'll obviously drop the feet so that way it's not on wheels once it's in place, but I'll have the cart on casters as well. But my thought is if I ever have to get this thing off of that cart and onto the ground, I'd rather have the casters on it than having to flip this thing over and add casters at a later date. So, all right, so I'm just basically going to attempt to, let's see, can I lift it? Yeah, okay, so I can lift it like that. So let me make sure that most of the tripping hazards are out of the way. Okay. Gonna do that one more time. Please don't fall. Ah, what are we hitting? What are we hitting? Oh, keyboard. Okay. We did it. Okay, so this is spun around. I do think I will one more time at least drop down dropping down two of the legs seems to hold it pretty well in place. So I'm gonna do the same thing again, just drop this really quick. Death Racers were good. XL is a closed community. Jacksters, we didn't have Scott this year. Oh man, working with Hector to make kits, cool. Does Scott just have work stuff? Because he usually goes. Like, at least I feel like the events I've been to, Scott's been at for the most part. Although I know that a lot of times he's like multitasking with work at the same time, like other work. Okay, so that's officially off. This one still can go up a little bit more. Okay, that should be fine for what we're doing right now. All right, everybody. The time has come. I'd like to set you guys up. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to get you guys seeing the camera here. So let me start by just plugging this in, but make sure the switch is in the off position. Where's the switch? Okay, switch is on the, man, switch is on the bottom. I can't actually tell. Okay, I think it actually says on and off on it. So let me use my light really quick here. Okay, so that's on. Okay, now we should be off. So let's plug this guy into here. Oh, the beast. The beast. Plug this guy into here. Okay. How can I do this so that you guys can see? I think that if you guys give me a sec, yeah, let me do a few things here. So I'm gonna unplug this, unplug the HDMI cable. I think I have to just route it differently. So I'm probably gonna want you guys on this side for most of the rest of the stream, I would think, because I need to be able to see it. So let's run HDMI this way through the front. That gives us a lot of additional distance. And then stool here. Plug you back in here. The only thing I'm gonna have to do, I think, is also unplug the power cable. So power cable is I've got a lot of distance actually. I don't think we need to. Ooh, that is a lot of dog hair. Okay. So let's see here. Got you guys kind of in the boonies over here. There we go. That kind of will do. I think that that pretty much covers most of the things where you'd be able to see if something bad was happening. A fire extinguisher. I don't have a... I only have one that would destroy the printer. What's the type? It's the CO2 fire extinguisher that is the one that you want for electronics. I don't have that. I only have the other kind. But I have a couple of them just because of all the laser stuff, but got it. Make sure it's not expired. I've had this thing for a while. I don't know. I got it here. I don't think we'll need it, but okay, everybody. Move the tablet off the bed just in case of heat up. All right, I'll hold you guys in my hand. Okay, let's switch to here. I need everyone to send all of the positive vibes, the good look, the good luck. Are we ready? It's been a long time coming. I need some I'm ready's in chat or good luck. One of the two. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I don't see any smoke. I don't smell any smoke. I see power supply light, power supply light. I see controller lights on. I don't see the fan spinning, but maybe that's a thermally controlled fan. You guys can't actually see the lights. That kind of sucks. So there is something that I am curious about. And that is ooh, that is a fun glare, is it not? Maybe I can move you guys a little bit forward, so that way the glare backs off a little bit, and then bring you guys down. So the thing I don't know, so it says Clipper is attempting to start. The only cable I have running from this screen to the controller is that big cable that has the like signal canceling things we put on there, or noise canceling things we put on there, and I don't know whether that's just a display cable or whether that also is display and data for the sake of Clipper host and connecting it, because this is where the Clipper host is. I didn't see anything. It's it's a pretty big screen. It's probably, I don't know, is it 5 or 6 inches? Maybe it's 7. I don't think it's 7. Maybe it's 7. Touch the live connections. Nope. Absolutely not. What? Clippers encountered an issue. MCU scanner. Okay, that seems potentially okay though. I don't know what screen this is. I would say my recommendation would be to check the BOM. Let me really quickly try to get this thing connected to the network. Why is it not working? Okay, it's frozen on me. Menu. Wait, let me try it again. Network. Hey, Lisa. So far, this is a really slow screen, which doesn't seem right. I mean, it does have that long cable on it, but it seems like it's really lagging. But I wonder if it's just because of what's going on with it and it trying to connect on the back end, that's because it is the host as well, and maybe it's not actually related to. Okay, it looks like we've got our connection. So let's see, 192.168.105.138. There it is. Okay. It says that scanner is unable to connect. So let's take a look at the instructions really quickly here. And if I go to hey, man of the croc. I hope it will print today. That's definitely the goal. We powered it on and it seems like the only error, well, I mean, I don't know if it's the only error, but it says MCU scanner unable to connect. And I think I plugged it in correctly, but I also don't know much about this scanner. Like, it's not a beacon, it's one of the, oh, I can never remember the name of it, but it looks like it is plugged in correctly, but I'm not sure. Like, there's no light on it, which concerns me a little bit. Yeah, concerns me a little bit. Don't know if there's supposed to be a power LED on it. I wonder if it's related to those jumpers, or no, those are the limit switches. Where is the cable for this going, actually? So cable for this is routed right there, and it's routed right there, and I can't actually see where it's going to. So let's see. Cartographer, I think Nero had issues. There being 2 USB connections, only one worked. 2 USB connections and only one worked. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about this thing, so I'm not exactly sure. Let's just see what this has here. So I don't think it's under electronics, power connection, firmware guide. How to update, I don't think is. Okay, so this is our screen. And then we have our board. So this is just updating the firmware on it. Software issues. Unable to connect. Try firmware restart. I doubt that's gonna fix it, but it's like the basic. It's like the basic tech support thing. I don't think that's gonna fix it. Let's see. If the MCU cannot connect, make sure all the cables are firmly connected. Use the LS USB command. I don't know how to SSH into this actually. So this is the CM68. We can take a look at it says here that as long as the wiring is correct, it can be used after power on. But is that the truth? I don't know. Hey, Armor. scanner. So the scanner... Okay, so the scanner is set up over CAN bus, which makes sense. Not over USB. Is it, wait, did we? Yeah, no, we did, we connected our CAN bus. I guess, yeah, so the thing I don't know is what the username and password is for this. It's going pretty good, man. It's going pretty good. Tomorrow's my first day back at Lightburn after being off for a month, so I'm excited to get kind of caught up and back on the groove of things, but just trying to get a schedule. Like I mentioned earlier, like I started the stream half an hour late because I couldn't fall asleep till like 5:30 in the morning, and then I still probably only got like 3.5 or 4 hours, so I'm hurting. I'm definitely hurting. Like a USB to CAN bridge, which should be CAN 2, use if config to confirm whether CAN appears. Okay, so there's not a whole lot here. The thing I don't know is that I need to figure out is how do I... No. The thing I don't know is how the heck do I connect to this thing? Is it just FYSETC? FYSETC at what was it, 192.168.105 points 138. You're a legend. Thank you very much, Grumpy. That was really helpful. Okay, so it shows clippers up, Moonraker's up, clipper screen's up. Let's go back to where we were a second ago. So it says LS USB. So let's see if we can see. Okay, so we do see a CAN adapter, which is good. Correct one is shown in the red box. Open Milko, yeah, it looks right. The CAN interface here is provided by, which should be... Okay. CAN 2 up and running. So I wonder if I have it connected incorrectly, and that's maybe what it is. So let's go ahead and power this off. And then I will take a look here at, let's get back to the, let's see if I go to electrical components. Okay, I don't actually know that it was possible to plug this in incorrectly. Because, oops, I think I already had this open. There's really only one spot for it to plug in, unless they had the wiring wrong, which, I mean, I guess isn't impossible, but okay, let me go ahead, and I'm not gonna be able to really show you guys this, just because, so I think I'll just do like a zoomed out view. I'll bring you guys around with me. And then I should probably flip the power. But yeah, does anybody that's running the cartographer know whether when it's powered on there's an LED? So actually, I might be able to show you guys this. The next thing, like if I look at this and it looks okay on this side, it might be going over to the cartographer. Okay, there's an LED, so it doesn't have power. So that's definitely an issue. Okay. I mean, that makes sense that it would have an LED, some kind of a status LED. So let me try to get you guys over here. LED only when homing. It's really difficult to get you guys a decent shot of this. So my head's gonna also be in the way, so I don't really even know why I'm trying to set this up. It's gonna be pointless in a second here. Okay, so looking at this though, the cartographer hookup is on the same side of the board as this guy. So I basically need to pull this off the front. I need to pull this off the front. So let's take this off and take a look. Nero had the cartographer plugged into the wrong port. Documentation was wrong. Okay. Well, that's interesting. If it's plugged into the wrong port, that must mean that there's a second port that has the same connector size, because it's a pretty specific little connector. Also, having a memory of LEDs on the toolhead, shorting. Oh, yeah, I think he had some shorting going on with his LED cable. I mean, I definitely am getting lights on at the board. Like the actual toolhead board did have lights. I have it plugged in incorrectly, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I plugged it in correctly. I'm almost positive I have it plugged in incorrectly. So it looks like this board has the same connector here as here. So I think that it has the exact same connector on both sides of the board. So it looks like I plugged it into this side, but it needs to be plugged into the one that got. I mean, let me show you. It's a little bit. I mean, clearly it seems like that would be my fault, but they really make it a little confusing by putting the same. Like if you look at, like, this is the side. There, hold on. So this is a side shot of it, right? And you have the exact same port, like here and here. And so it looks like I've got it plugged in right here on this side, but it needs to be plugged in on that side. So hopefully that's all it is. We'll start by doing that. Move you guys again. Oh, you guys. Oh my God, sorry. Yeah, let me show you guys again. So I know that when I was doing the toolhead board wiring, I was a little bit confused by the images, which was not really on them. I think they could have been explained a little bit better, but so you can see the board, right? Like this vertical board here. And if you're looking at down here at the bottom, let me lift these up. You have the same connector here as you do here. And so I have it plugged in on this side, which is the outside, but it looks like it's supposed to be plugged in on the inside. Based off this image here, it's on the same... So this is the front side of it. There's nothing plugged in there where mine has something plugged in. And there's something plugged in on the back side where the motor is. So that's what I think. That's what I think is the issue. So the thing I don't know, because of the placement of it, is can I just get that thing out, or do I need to pull the whole board? Move you guys again over here. I think you can change the pin in the config from CAN 2 to CAN 1. Well, if I can, I would much rather do that, because I mean, they look to be the same ports. I wonder... Let me change the camera really quick here. Do we know what board this is? This is, okay, this just says Stealth Burner CAN tool board V2. Let me make sure that's what mine says. So I would rather just change the... I would much rather just change the pin out if I can. Let's see, I assume this is a FYSETC board. I would think that's what they would have done. FYSETC, Stealth Burner, and board V2. Okay. Nope. Do not use Stealth Burner cable directly with B2. They're positive negative poles. So, okay, so that says USB 1, and that's where I have it plugged into, and the back side says USB 3. Documents. Is that saying it's not there? What is this? 404. Okay. Images. Catapult. These are all menu configs. And cable, V2 top. What is this? Okay, let me power this on then. Yeah, shouldn't be an issue powering it on without the front on, right? It's just fans and LEDs. So let's go ahead and power this on. Danny, have a super day, guys. Gotta get back to work. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out, Danny. Have a wonderful rest of your day. So yeah, let's take a look at the config and see if we can just swap the pin out. That's the config, like actual config. Hey, what's up, tripods? Long time no see, man. I'm not seeing the pins. Since it's USB, I'm gonna assume there's probably gonna be multiple pins that need to be swapped, no? Modules. Their wiki isn't even up. All right, so where would this be defined? Let's see. So there's only one page of things. It's not time lapse, not stepper, not steppers, stealth printer LEDs, no, stealth max, no. Could be under printer.cfg, camp, homing overwrite, debug, area byte. So it's probably under printer.cfg. So I would still think I couldn't think why I wouldn't think we would change this. Because it would still be the same CAN 2 network, right? The only thing we're changing is a USB connection, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, LTX. I got a question for you. I'm curious if you know the answer to. So the issue we're running into right now is I plugged this board not into USB 2. I plugged it into this USB port. And before I pull the board and swap the cable out, we're wondering if there's just an easy place where I can just define that this is connected to a different USB port. So it looks like, based off this, it's connected over USB to this, and then this whole thing is ran over CAN. And so I wouldn't think I would change the CAN network. Maybe I'm wrong, because this is saying CAN 2, so maybe... So is this... Because it has a UUID, which makes me think that maybe it is connected to the toolhead board over CAN bus, or does it only have a UUID because the toolhead board itself is connected over CAN bus? Because using the diagram here, whichever one it is. Nope, where's the image of this thing? Yeah, this looks like it's USB, so I think it has a USB connection. Everything is on CAN 2. Okay, so yeah, I don't change that. So maybe it's just that this port isn't configured to be used with CAN. I don't know if there's an easy way to swap it. I'm almost thinking maybe we should just pull the board and flip the connection. It wouldn't be able to do USB from a CAN toolhead board. It will be CAN chain all the way. Got it. I haven't ran CAN on CAN. Like, I know that with CAN you have nodes basically on there and you can daisy chain them together, but I don't think I've ever ran a daisy chain of CAN boards. It's always been like one CAN bus item going to the CAN board with its own set of cables and another one. I haven't ran it like this. Did you flip the little switch on the board? No. What does the switch do? I do see that there's switches. Where were they? These switches. I didn't see any mention of these switches. Well, the cartographer is flashed to CAN bus already. It has the UUID. The switch flips it from USB to CAN. Got it. I wish there was a better image of this. I think we're probably gonna have to pull the board because I don't... Let's see, so the switches are gonna be off to the side here in the front. Can I see them if I shine a light? Why don't I see the switches? I think we're gonna pull this. I think we're just gonna unscrew it and then, yeah, let's power this off so I don't damage something. I will just plug the cable in the right spot and then we will check those switches. I didn't see any mention of having to adjust those switches though. Yeah, it's just interesting to me. The thing that's throwing me off is that it's labeled as USB on the it's labeled as USB on the toolhead board, but it's not USB, it's CAN. So yeah, let me go ahead here. It's really difficult to keep bringing the camera back over here. Let's see. So I'm just going to end up undoing the 2 screws holding this in place. Let's see. Okay, side view, there we go. Okay, so that's no, so I have right now the cartographer is plugged into the wrong to the wrong USB port. I have it plugged into the outside, but it's configured to plug it into the inside, and I can't figure out like what the pin is. Their documentation for this board, like it shows some pins, but I'm not seeing the USB. And then their wiki is 404ing out when I click on this board. So the other reason I'm pulling it is so that way I can disconnect the, sorry, where the heck is the other? Yeah, this is gonna be sucky. This is not gonna be fun. Even with the screws out, it's not really moving because everything is pretty tight. The issue I'm having right now is I don't see the switches. Unless the switches are in different places, then the hot end's not what's holding it in place so nice. It's the, here, I can unplug this main connector. It's mostly this guy's holding it in place. And then I guess you're right. No, you're right. It is largely the hot end and the thermistor. Okay. Where's my tiny little flat? They're right next to the connector. Underneath it, or because it's not matching up with what I'm seeing. Here, we'll just undo these. It's not going to take that long versus me trying to. What is holding me in place now? There should be nothing. Is it still a screw? Super confused as to what is holding me in place. Thermistor has some slack. Sucks. Unplug the USB under the USB-C. Wait, it's on the back? All right, yeah, that is easy to access. All right, well, but I still think I'm gonna swap the plug just because I've done this now, but let's see. Okay, so yeah, it's switched towards CAN. Both of them say CAN. So that is correct. CAN and CAN. You know what's also weird though, because yeah, they're both switched towards CAN. So let me see if I can just get that cable flip-flopped around. Let's see if I unplug this. Okay. That needs to rotate 180 degrees. Maybe like that. Really awkward once this is installed to try to do this. Oh, we lost a cable. That sucks. All right, no, we're pulling this thing. We're redoing the toolhead board. Looks like our filament runout sensor popped out. Like the cable actually broke, so. Dude, the thermistor is not coming out. It's pulling the whole connector. Yep, that came out too. Well, that was horrible. It's gonna take us a while to fix. All right, that's out. Connectors are just really freaking stuck. I had it really nice in here too. I'm super bummed. Spent quite a bit of time on this. Yeah, all of the little connectors are just not popping off without taking the whole ports with them. I don't understand. There's no tab. Why are these stuck so hard? And what is keeping this in place? Is it our motor cable? Okay. Did not at all go how I had hoped. Yeah, it is just not wanting to release. The thermistor also popped out. I'm gonna have to recrimp that. A lot of recrimping that's gonna be going on here. Okay, so that sucked. Did not go well at all. Okay, I'll show you guys what's going on in a sec here. Okay, so it looks like I fixed that. We did have another connector pop out, so let me bring you guys down for a sec. Hey, hun. I am hanging in there. I am hanging in there. Something was plugged in wrong, and the process of correcting it turned into a massive side quest. Could probably go for coffee in a little bit. Let's see if I can get this back on. Is there any trick to getting these little housings back onto the pins? Yeah, if anyone has any secret sauce to how to get these on, I have concerns. I don't want to bend. The pins all look straight still. And I mean, it's like, it's a perfect fit, but I don't know if there's Oh, there we go. Hold on, I think I just got them all lined up. Yeah, okay, those are back in, I think. Yeah. Okay, so all of those are back in. So our board is back where it should be. Looking at the switches, yes, they both show CAN and not USB, so that is fine. My thermistor plug's a little bit wonky now, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so yeah, having these two side by side when I was wiring it up is what threw me. I just saw one and was like, oh, there's the connector, not realizing it, literally the exact same connector is on the other side of this guy. So, I am going to have to pull the, looks like I'm gonna have to pull the micro switch off. The leg just straight up broke. And I don't think I trust the other one either, so I'll probably resolder those on. So let me grab, oh, my favorite Phillips head. I don't know if this is probably way too big, right? Yeah, way too big. These are the ones too that I had issues with trying not to get stripped out. Let's see. Will this work? Did she offer chicken nuggets? I didn't see that as an option. This feels too wide. I'm pretty sure that we used the tiny little, did we use the tiny screwdriver for this that came with it or no? I know that these were a royal pain in my butt. Yeah, I think we just used this little guy. Tiny, tiny screwdriver. So I'm gonna say it out loud, that way hopefully somebody remembers, but the switch looks like it's facing upward. So if someone can remember that. Pop this out. There we go. I don't want to lose that little ball either. Very awkward. Very, very awkward. Okay, yeah, so switch is facing upward, if someone can remember that. When it goes in from the front, the switch is facing the upwards direction. Okay, I am going to grab some flux. Definitely going to grab some flux here. So let me leave the mic. I'll change the camera to right here. I'll be right back. I'll run upstairs, grab some flux, and then we'll solder this up, get it back installed, and hopefully we'll be up and running shortly here. Switch is facing upwards. Got it. Yes, thank you. And then I got to be careful of that little metal ball. Probably should move it. Actually, it's not. I'm gonna leave it where it's at. As long as I don't shake this printer, I'll be fine. Okay, so I couldn't find the new flux that I bought, which, go figure, that's pretty on brand. So I've got the old soldering paste stuff. So let's open this up, change to side view, point downwards. Nope, point downwards. Okay. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is grab the power cable and start by just kind of throwing some flux on the legs of the switch. So I guess the good news is that nothing's smoked, right? Like, that is definitely good news. I'm really hoping that once we get everything plugged back in after this, that we're able to move forward. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting soldering iron is right here. Okay. Where is my... actual solder is right here. Okay, we got everything we need. All right, okay. Let's do this. Oh, I need something to apply the flux with. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Looks yummy. Got Aaron gave me a coffee airdrop. I didn't think I needed coffee, but after this, definitely could use some coffee. So I don't have all of my little Q-tips I normally would use for this are gone. So let's see if I can just use the zip tie. There we go. Put a little bit of flex on there. It's kind of a lot of flex. It's a really lot of flex. Hello. Okay. That's fine. Also, I don't really want to touch it now, but this leg is this the leg that's bent? Yeah, this is bent up a little bit. Can we bend you down without breaking you? I think so. Cool. All right. So I'm just gonna start by putting a little bit of solder on here. Okay. 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 All right, so I think I'm gonna get new wires. I don't think I trust the wires that I used for this initially. So let's see. I know this kit came with just some spare wire. These kind of look like crappy wires. What is this? No idea what these are for. These are probably the same kind of wires, but we'll just use them. So we'll just take, doesn't really matter at this point. We'll just take these, break these off. I'm also gonna split these wires just so that way I can add heat shrink after. At least try to. Okay. We need our strippers. way too much. Yeah, it's a bit obnoxious. Let's cut off a little bit of that. Okay. I'm even gonna put a little bit of flux on this wire. I normally wouldn't, but I know Tuxedo's watching. I just want to make Tuxedo proud. All right. OmniFixos are one of the best purchases I have made for making things. Like I wasn't sure initially, but boy, after owning them for however long I've owned them for now, worth every penny. I would buy them again if I had to. I hope I don't have to ever, but if I had to, I would. Okay, that looks like a pretty nice connection. My concern is the way that this is with the board, these have to make a pretty sharp turn. And that, I think, is what caused the issue the first time with this. So we'll hope for the best. I'm quite happy with, I do think that this solder connection is going to be way better than the one I had previously. It just looks, I'm not going to chef kiss, but I could. I'm pretty happy with how that one turned out. So, all right, let's grab our second wire. Excuse me. Strip off a little bit here. Okay, this might still be a little bit too much, but yeah, we'll cut off just a tiny bit. Yeah, it definitely a hell of a lot easier than not. For something like this, I will say that I usually pre-tin the wires on something like this because I've not pre-tin the wires many times, and boy, has it been a struggle, or I've had like cold solder joints and like it just doesn't work out well. So for whenever I'm doing something like this with limit switches, I do like to pre-tin. You don't need a lot, just a little bit, that's plenty. Okay. Soldering iron in hand. Clean this tip off. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. Oh yeah, I got a question for anyone that was at the 3D Printopia. Oh, this is what's causing this to move, huh? Let me change. Let me do this. What was the coolest thing you saw? Or favorite thing you saw? It doesn't have to be coolest, but I think usually coolest and favorite thing are usually the same. Okay. Chew Compact and Pika. What's Pika? I need to go to bed. I work between 12 and 14 hour days last 3 days. I started this morning. Hey, no, nice, no worries, man. I you know, thought we'd be moving by now, but as it goes, things don't go as planned often. So I'm pretty happy with that too. So no worries, man. I mean, I think that we'll very likely be doing just a playing around with this thing next week stream. I was thinking that because the snap maker might be coming, that maybe we'll take a break, but until I have built a cart for this, I can't really move this thing anywhere, and we'll see. Okay, never mind. Take back everything I said. Yes, we'll if the snap maker comes, we might end up just streaming it next week. I said initially I was gonna do like an unboxing and setup on stream, but I have a feeling I might be too excited, so I might actually already have it unboxed, and then we'll just play with it. So we'll see, depending on what happens. But yeah, no big deal. Pika is, oh, gotcha. Yeah, Pika is the one, it was the Kickstarter that Luke did. I was like, it sounds really familiar. But yeah, we'll be around next week. Nice. You'll get to see this thing moving and a grooving, I promise. Luke, what's going on, buddy? What's today? Happy Wednesday. So the thing I am a little bit curious on. So right now in the garage, all I have are these. No, we're not going to use these. These These are way too big. Okay, I gotta run back upstairs one more time because we're gonna want to use thinner heat shrink than the stuff I've got down here with the glue. So I will change the camera again so you can see the printer. Take a sip of this. Unboxing on stream. I'll do my best. I hope that it doesn't show up until like Monday or Tuesday. If it happens to show up like tomorrow, I'm gonna have to stash it in a closet until next Wednesday. 200 Celsius beds? Holy crap. Okay, let me go and get the thinner heat shrink tubing, just because, like I said, this has to flex, and I know that if I put that stuff on here, the pressure of it pushing is gonna put all that strain on the legs of this, and I would prefer not to break another wire on this today or ever. So yeah, let me go get the heat shrink and I'll be right back, everyone. All right, let's do this. Should I cut these shorter? I don't know. Yeah, we will. We'll cut these down a little bit. They don't need to be quite that long for these. Okay. Oops, you guys can't see anything. All right, just gonna shove these onto here. Perfect. Perfect. I think I'm gonna take them off of here. I'm scared I'm gonna melt the little grippy covers, and that'd make me sad because the grippy covers on these little guys are nice. So there we go. Got a big fan blowing on me, so I think it's gonna make this take a hair longer. Let's also try not to melt this too much. Okay, I'm gonna just do this off cam so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm calling that good enough. I really don't want to melt this. That would make me very sad. All right, so I know that the length we had on this was enough, so let's do a similar length. So if these were connected here, let's just cut these. Cut them right about here. I'll give myself just a hair more. So 200 Celsius bed sounds wicked cool. Should probably turn on just autofocus right now as well. Okay, so we got that. Now I just need to get the little connector, which is probably just, I think it's a full, is it a full size? No, it's not actually. What is that? That's a slight. Is it a pH? I think we'll just reuse the same connector. So these are the easier ones to remove. So yeah, let me get a what do I want to do? Let's get our engineers. Okay. Hey, PC. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Okay. Forgot the 1.6 size on here got damaged, so I'm gonna try. I usually do the 1.6 for the one going over the sleeving, but we're gonna try to do the 1.4 and hopefully that's fine. Yeah, it feels tight. Okay, so one more. Did you go, John? Did you go to 3D Printopia this year or no? I don't recall seeing you post anything, but I also could have just missed it. It's pretty busy this last weekend here. Okay. All right, calling that good enough. So let's just go ahead and use our flathead to remove, and it looks like the wires are going on. Maybe I'll just take one out and install one, so that way, you know what, I might need tweezers. Tweezers, 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 gotcha, tweezers. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then this is going like this. No, a little like this. Okay. That's in. Okay, it's out. We did it! We corrected our mistake. Yay! All right, let's see if we can get this back installed now. All right, so I do remember that. Let's see. Oh yeah, you did. You right? I did. Was too busy to post anything. Problem 3D. That's right. Once I saw the word excavator, I knew that you had gone because you showed me that, saying that you were going to be bringing it there. How was it? I asked earlier, and people said it seemed. I think people said busy, but maybe Dilmar said the opposite of that. That it was not, didn't feel quite as busy, but it might have just been that things were kind of more spread out. Oh, Steve's coming on. Oh, geez. Whew. Oh, let me Goosebumps. Okay, so I know for a fact that this little metal ball needs to go in here and up, but can it stay in its pocket? No, it cannot stay in its pocket until this is partially in. So let's see if I can do this. We got the switch facing upwards. It's very difficult to see with the lighting pointing in my eyes. Oh! Drop their ball. Drop their ball. It's the exact thing we didn't want to do. And the ball is now... God. It fell into this hole. I can get it. I'm trying to think if I've got a small magnet somewhere. Did this kit come with magnets? I can't remember seeing magnets in here. Let's check really quick. I don't think I have any spares on those balls, so I ideally don't want it to fall to the ground. Let me move you guys so I can see. Saturday was super busy, Sunday was slower. Got it. That feels pretty standard to me from the shows I've been to. A lot of people like to dip out on Sunday. Okay, well, I do know I have magnets upstairs, so it looks like I am getting my exercise in again. So let me go grab magnets so I can get the steel ball. I'll be right back. Third time. Let me have a sip of coffee. All right, hopefully this is the last time, everyone. All right, magnets checked. Okay. Oh, I don't know if that's... Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop this. That should be really simple though. Just the 2 screws. Oh, I might be able to get it like that. Let's see. Yeah, I got it. All right. Okay, we've recovered our ball. This is a lot easier to do not like when it's not on the printer, because you don't have to have the ball, like you can have it, words are tough, but you can have it facing upwards so that way the ball can't just fall out on you like this. So this is kind of a crappy way of doing it. I'm gonna try it I think one more time, and if I can't get it, then I will probably have to pull the top as well. But I'm hoping I can. I think that if I get this limit switch started in here, it'll lock the ball in. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I think now I should be able to access the ball from the front like this. Let's see, there we go. I should be able to push. Yeah, got it. Got it. Okay. I think that's good. So let's see if we can get, let me move this a little bit so you guys can see. That is super itchy all of a sudden. Okay. So the only thing I need now is this little guy. Okay, 1 screw in. Okay, 2 screws in. Do need this to go forward because of where it plugs into. This needs to pull forward. hopefully those legs are bent enough. I think that they should be. Okay. What's next? I think we basically need to put the board back in now. I need to be super mindful of this guy. So let's start by plugging in the thing that we did wrong. So we know now that this cartographer needs to be on the same side as the stepper motor for the extruder. So that should be correct. Okay, that's in. And then I think what we'll do is we'll plug in, probably plug in the stepper motor because it's such a short distance. Can't remember if I'm able to easily get it installed after or not. Actually, yeah, no, we'll do it first. So let's, God, it's so awkward because of the size of it. I can't really reach over. I think we actually have to do that one after. I won't have enough wiggle room otherwise. So, all right, let's see if we can get this aligned. Only thing I got plugged in right now is, I'm gonna shove my head in front of you guys. Okay, so what is being hit? It looks like it is our legs. I've got stream time for my son to soccer practice. Hey, thanks for stopping by and hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Hoping that once we get this thing plugged in and powered on, like, it boots. I can be content with that as a accomplishment for today, I suppose. But really wanted it to be printing. Okay, first screw's partially in. Definitely don't want to block the headers. Have a great night, man. Okay. Hopefully that's fine. Board's back in. Oh crap, I have to do the thermistor as well. I should be able to do that one. Yeah, I should be able. It looks like only one of the two pieces needs to be recrimped anyway, so I should be okay with that. Let's change camera to here. Also, I want different music at this point. I need a little bit more. Has it already almost been 2 hours? How? Okay, in 12 minutes, someone let me know and we'll open up the Polymaker giveaway. I don't understand where the time went. Well, I mean, I know where it went. It went to fixing the one plug. Yeah, this is not fun. Let's see, I'm gonna move this over here so I have a better view. And I think what I'll do is use tweezers. All right, just making sure that no wires popped out during that maneuver. Yeah, we're good. All right, so our extruder motor's in, fantastic. We are getting back to where we were. Gonna plug in this guy, goes right here. Bam. Okay, let's address the thermistor, I think, really quickly, because that's sort of the last big... yeah, let's address the thermistor. Hey, Benny! Happy Wednesday! Happy October. Spooky season's upon us. Hey, Craft, thank you so much for becoming a member. Cheers. Thank you for the support. Let's see, air horn and a little squirrel action for you. Okay, so yeah, one of these is fine. Let me make sure I'm using the same size pin. I think it's the same. Yeah, these are the exact same pins that we were just using. So let's grab one. I might need to strip a little more wire, but I'm gonna try to keep it the same. It looks like the crimp came off without really pulling out much. So I'm hoping that I can just get this on with. Let's probably use some tweezers to help guide it in. Okay. It's very difficult to see this. Okay. Oh, oh. I don't love that crimp. Yeah. Okay, try it one more time. Oh, I just realized all you guys are seeing is my blurry face. What did PC say? See PC Bob. Anyone here see Jose for lately? I haven't seen any of the channels for quite some time. I feel like I've seen him in the last couple of weeks. Like, I don't think it's been more than 30 days. It's tough for me to say though, because I didn't stream for a couple of weeks, right? Like when baby was born, so I wouldn't have noticed then, and I don't recall seeing him last week. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's too like. I mean, he was here most streams, so I'd say if it goes a couple, you know, like maybe another week or two, and he doesn't pop in, then it's definitely unusual. But yeah, because of the fact that I took off a couple weeks, I don't have enough of a like time frame to know for certain. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. No worries, man. It's been a crazy month. Yeah, I would say Steve, I mean, Steve has done, I know he probably took off. He might have not streamed actually, now I think about it, like 2 weekends in the last month either. So I don't know. So I know he definitely didn't stream this last weekend because he was at 3D Printopia, and then pretty sure he had OC Maker Faire like a week or two prior to that. So I don't know if he'll even be able to answer that real well. But yeah, I don't think I've got his info like outside of the streams. Like I don't, unless he has a different name in the Discord. Here's primarily where I've seen him. Dang, all you guys are seeing is my blurred out head again. Okay, those seem fine. Let's plug this in. I want to be very careful with this one because of the Mr. Buddy! Zack Attack's here. What's up, big guy? You crazy. Come here. Come here, silly. Come here! Say hi, everybody. 1, 2, and... You stand up! You gotta say hi to the camera first. Say hi! Hello! See the big screen? Yeah. The fan's blowing your hair, huh? Yeah. Did you have a good nap? Yeah, you wake up. You look nice and alert. What's that? Are you hungry or no? Yeah? Your mama's hungry? Daddy's got to put that back on right now. You got to be careful. This has got to go back on the front cover. It's the front cover. Yeah, this goes on here, remember? Don't push it. My little fans. Ah! Your daddy's glasses. Yeah, so when I was... Careful, don't lean on that, buddy. It'll break it. These are crimpers. Look at these are for like these little guys that go inside here. You take these and you put these in here and you get a wire and you squeeze it and then it goes in the connector like that. Those are helping hands. Those are helping hands, buddy. You tell him that's his new room? Not yet. I've joked around saying that it's his timeout spot. Those are magnets. Watch, let me see. Let's see if I can find this thing that's metal. Oh, look, ready? Yeah, here, ready? Pretty cool, huh? Uh-oh, that's not leave a magnet on the rail. Alright, well, Daddy's got to get back to building because I made a mistake earlier, and so we're paying for it right now. So you got to go back inside and hang out with Mommy for a little bit. Can you say... No, once later on, once I turn this on, I'll let you touch the screen, okay? It's off right now. It's off. Yeah, I gotta fix the printer first, buddy. Okay, you say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, wave! No, you're covering your face! No! No! Alrighty, I love you. Tell Mom I said hi. Okay, go eat some food or something. That's trash, baby. Just leave that on the ground for now. That's not trash. I'll take that. Oh, that's one Daddy needs. Please, can I have that? No, that's not trash. No. Jack, that's not trash. Daddy needs that. Thank you. Watch your feet. Look at this dog hair on the ground. Watch out. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, you gotta go inside, Bubby. Good jump, dude. It's more hair. I'll clean it. Okay. Love you. That's Delilah's hair. That's Delilah's hair, buddy. Yeah, okay. Okay, alright. I'm just gonna open up the giveaway. I think I said I'd do it in like 3 minutes from now, but... Door? Yeah. I know there's a lot of hair, buddy. The dogs run in and out all day long when they go outside, and so they shed a lot of hair. Yeah, I'll clean it. Don't you worry. Just go on inside, bud. Alright, we can get this. It's very, very, let's see. That's a level, a bubble level. That's a big bubble level. Huh? Hey, you gotta go inside, buddy. I'll see you in a little bit. He's not going inside. He's coming back out. What do you see? Alright, the giveaway form is officially pinned in chat. Come here. I'll carry you inside. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Alright, come on, big guy. You wanna walk? Okay, walk. You can walk yourself. Go ahead. Keep walking. I know. Daddy's gotta vacuum it. More hair over here. Okay, there you go. Go inside, buddy. I love you. I'll see you in a bit, okay? He always has a lot to say. Alright. How long before Microbot starts building printers? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. He's definitely very interested in them. During the beginning of my break, I was sleeping on an air mattress upstairs because we had a bunch of family here, and Erin was so close to being due that I didn't want Jack to wake her up in the middle of the night, so he was coming upstairs and sleeping in the room on the air mattress with me, and he was like super fascinated with all the printers in there. He's seen them before, but that was by far the most he's like been around them. Okay, so I have no way of not blocking you guys out, so let me just try to do this quickly. Basically just plugging in the heater wires. Oh, trying to plug in the heater wires. Okay, there's one. We're so close. We're so close to powering this thing on again. What do we think? Do we think we're gonna get another error? Or do we think it's just gonna boot? There's no wrong answers. Hey, NP! Okay, only a couple more wires now. So I know up top there's only one where this can go. I'm 99% sure that, let me just double check this really quick here. Where is the wiring? Wiring. There we go. Okay, so, wait, where did it go? There we go. Yeah, yep, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this really quickly here. Can this go like this? Oh, sick. All right, we'll just go like this. I feel like this wire got shorter since I unplugged it 10 minutes ago, or an hour ago, or however long it's been now, but probably just me. Okay. This plugs in here. Okay, we're down to like the last wire. I will need to do some wire cleanup and management inside of this little toolhead guy, because I can't really close that well. Basically, I'll just probably zip tie and shove. What are we bumping into, actually? It might be these wires that I just routed like this. Maybe these can't go like that, and these need to go like that. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So this wire, I'm not certain of. It looks like it's the bottom of these three. So maybe if I just tuck this like that and do this like that. Okay. It seems like it's probably gonna work okay. Okay. So last but not least is putting this guy back on. I'm gonna one more time. I'm gonna just change the camera. I'm gonna one more time because I have to look from this angle, and all you guys are gonna see is the back of my head, which I don't think that's why anybody is hanging out here. Okay, well, it looks like I got them in correctly. Okay, now I can bring you guys back. We're gonna tighten these up. All right, we're gonna be powering this thing on in like 2 minutes here. So everybody, what are we thinking? Getting the kids involved with the hobby is so much fun. I let my son set up the firmware for the V0 at the weekend as I had to reinstall the firmware. That's awesome. How old's your kiddo? Yeah, I've really enjoyed the few things I printed out for him. I like functional 3D printing, and I do think it's fun to print out like cool, artsy, like nerdy stuff. But I feel bad because I can only keep so much of it, and I don't like throwing the stuff out, even though sometimes I have no choice. So it's fun now having Jack, because I'm like, okay, if I do anything with like Spider-Man or Mario or Luigi or I mean, there's a lot of different, I guess, shows, but I know that he's gonna be stoked. So I have really been enjoying being able to make the like artsy things that he enjoys. Hey Ted, how's it going, buddy? Happy October. Jack is mini mod. I'll have to tell Aaron that. So Jack is mini mod bot, and Landon is mini bot and micro bot. I like that. I've just been calling them both, well, by their names incorrectly. I've already been calling them the wrong names when I'm like Landon Jackson Landon, but in my head I was just, they were both going to be mini bots, but I can do micro. All right, everyone. We're gonna power this on. So here's the concern I have, though, is that someone said that this should have LEDs on it, and there was no LEDs on it. So I don't know why one of the USB ports would have had LEDs, like would have had power, I guess, and the other one not. So let's go ahead and power this on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I definitely still don't see LEDs on this guy. But let's see. Ah. I mean, there's LED, like there's power to the toolhead. I'm just saying I'm not seeing LEDs on the, what's this thing called, dude? Don't tell me what this board's called, but the scanning board. I can't, for the life of me, to remember what its name is. All right, here we go. Excuse me. The gantry lights are more than likely going to cause an MCU error. You think it's just too much power draw for that connector? I teach kids 3D printing and design in our community center. That's awesome. Teaching them how to slice is a... Luckily he's 10, got it, but has a good sprinkling of the tism, so it was a fun experience trying to walk him through it. Although the look on his face when his Benji finished was awesome. Yeah, I bet. Last night, because we were trying to separate, like, trying to get Jackson to sleep in his own bed again, and it looks like it's not booting, so we'll see what the next error is. Trying to get Jackson to sleep in his own bed again, and so last night, I bribed him with, he came upstairs like, I don't know, 1 in the morning, and I bribed him with a Benji. I was like, here, you could take Benji. I haven't called our kids by our dog's name yet. LED will light when it comes. Okay, got it. So when it detects metal, it lights up. Is this gonna... That doesn't appear to be doing it. I don't know if this is... MCU scanner unable to connect. Okay, so I have connected it in the correct spot. Our switches are both set on... CAN. We confirmed that. Our toolhead board is lighting up. Do we think it's potentially because of that LED light bar? Should I unplug that? Did you get the UUID? It said that it came with the UUID already configured. Is that not the case? I mean, I see it in the excuse me. Gosh, my freaking allergies. I see it in the config file, but I don't know. I suppose I don't know if it's the correct UUID. But yeah, it does have under scanner CAN bus UUID. All of my UUIDs were not the correct ones. Ah! Well, there's a piece of information that is extremely helpful. Okay, cool. All right, let's try this then. SSH FYSETC, yeah, 192. That makes me laugh because I wonder if we wouldn't have had issues with 192.168.105 if we wouldn't have issues using the different USB port. Okay, so let's try this. CAN bus, config, flipper. I cannot remember what that article is that I use, but I assume it'll probably come up here. What is the guide? Does anyone know? Esoterical, was this it? This is probably it. Remember, here we go. I think it's running Catapult. Checking for Catapult nodes. that didn't work. It'll list the UUIDs using that command. I thought it was a different command for... It's been a minute since I've played around with LS. No such file. Wait, what? Oh, it's because I didn't do... No, it shouldn't be under Clipper, right? Yeah, hold on. Oh, it's because I didn't put the flags. No? Cannot access. Is FYSETC and FYSETC not the correct? Does not have catapult firmware. Got it. Does my birthday was good. It was really low key, Deanna. It was really low key. Aaron made me some breakfast, which was really nice, and then no, that didn't work. And then we went out and got poke bowls for like lunch, dinner. But yeah, I mean, doing anything else was really difficult. My parents aren't going to be in town for another month, so we didn't really have anyone to be able to watch the kiddos, but it was still nice. It was really nice. But no, the fact that it says it cannot access, does this mean that the FYSETC login is not giving you God, what am I saying? Like root access? UUID can be found when you're in your printer.cfg and click on the device at the top. It said everything was on CAN, right? I mean, everything was on CAN too. Only unassigned nodes can be detected. It's recommended to have only one unassigned device connected on the canvas to avoid communication. Interesting. Oh, serial connection. I don't know what that is. It is not moving. It is not moving. It cannot detect the scanner for whatever reasoning. And I don't think... I'm sorry, Clipper CAN bus. What is the command to just check the UUIDs without finding the CAN bus UUID? Oh, it would be CAN 2 though, right? Hold on, let me try this. Okay, so let me try now. I think, didn't you say everything was on? Crap, hold on. Pretty sure we saw that it's using CAN 2. Like, that's the network, so let's try that. None. Try USB also. There should be a UUID there. When do clippers start to support multiple CAN buses? I don't know. Well, you could always, Ted, you could always daisy chain them, right? Because I thought you were doing that a long time ago. But you mean running multiple networks simultaneously? All right, well, this was working earlier, but let's just verify one more time that we still see. Running broadcast. Wait, no, that's not right. We're looking for CAN 2. There we go. Up, running, no ARP. That looks fine. Okay. After confirming CAN 2 appears. Okay, so let's see. Let's try IP. The only thing I'm seeing different is this value here is 1024 on mine and 128 on theirs, but I don't know if the device is not normal. New UID is already in print. Your as follows. Which we already ran this a second ago, so I'm gonna assume it's not gonna find anything. Total 0 found. Try LS USB. I think we did that earlier, and all it saw was the yeah, CAN adapter. And ours matched with that exactly, I'm pretty sure. So well, I guess, I mean, ours is on a different bus. I don't know if that, I wouldn't think that matters. The address is the same, ID 50606F, and everything else looks fine. Oh yeah, yeah. This printer, this printer is massive. Okay, so we got that. We got that. It says after confirming the CAN 2 appears, use the following command. If the device is not normal and the UUID is already in, you will be prompted as follows. But if one or more UID appears, it's because they're not correctly configured. However, you cannot determine which MCU it belongs to through the UID. You can fill it in arbitrarily and then adjust again, according to the error message. So I would say one of two things is happening. I know that if, yeah, like what it's saying here is if you have the UUID in the correct spot, then it won't show up here. Or two, it's just not seeing the device on the network at all. So we have it here, we have it on the right network. So CAN bus there, CAN bus there. So there's three different CAN devices. Sounds like firmware is a mess. The only concern I have with reflashing right now is because of everything they've got going on with this, I don't know how much stuff is custom or whether it's like vanilla clipper on the back end. I mean, I am like, one thing I'm curious about in itself is like, is my cartographer faulty? If it's supposed to be lighting up when it detects metal, even without, you know, anything else, like there's no light right now, right? I've never used one of these, which is my biggest issue. Like with Beacon, I know that there's a light always and you can see what's going on, but let me just grab like a small spring steel and see whether I get any feedback from it. I guess I don't need to grab a spring steel. I could have just probably grabbed a screwdriver or something like that, but... Wait, did I see a light? No, I didn't see a light. Yeah, so I'm not seeing any feedback at all. So I don't know whether... I mean, I know I plugged it in correctly at this point, but there's no feedback at all. So the issue might not be firmware related. It might be that this cartographer isn't working. I'm wondering also, like, I'm tempted to unplug the... Just for fun, I'm gonna unplug... Let's see, shut down. I'm gonna unplug the LED from the toolhead board. I don't know if the LED is trying to power on and that's taking too much power and it's making it where it's not able to power other stuff. I have no idea. Yeah, exactly. Is the toolhead board lit up? Toolhead board is lit up. Yep. There's I don't know how many LEDs are supposed to be, but there's a single red LED that I'm seeing, so it's definitely lit up. But yeah, I'm gonna unplug that LED strip. All right, so powering off. Give it 1 sec here. Okay. Oh God, yeah, these connectors, man. There we go. Okay, so let's unplug now. So let's plug it back in, or not plug it back in, let's flip the switch. Still not seeing any lights. Is that plug fully seated? Sure looks like it's fully seated. Yeah, that's definitely fully seated. Yeah, still nothing going on there. CAN bus is plugged in. That looks plugged in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, we've got a single red LED. No lights on, what is this thing called? This photographer. Troubleshooting. Okay, this is not an exhaustive list. Command mismatch, general troubleshooting. What is our exact error? Unable to connect. So MCU scanner unable to connect. Okay, so none of those things. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's interesting. Box turtles? Interesting, okay. Location, cable routing, CAN. CAN termination. Is that something that I need to do? Position of 20 ohm resistor. Okay, I didn't see any mention of that. Okay, I don't know that that's it. There are many different options in where how to turn out your camera so that if you want to fully meet the spec. I don't recall ever having to add a resistor. Powered off, do you measure 60 ohms resistance between CAN high and CAN low? I can check that. This to me, though, like, the thing I'm confused about is that it seems more to me like a power issue than anything, right? Like, if it's supposed to light up when metal is near, or when it detects, yeah, something metallic, I'm not understanding why it's not getting power. I'm curious. I guess I could probe. I could probe underneath the board and see whether it looks like it's getting 5 volts from that cable. Time to break the multimeter and start. Yeah. All right. So we've got red on the far side. Okay. There. Yep. 5 volts. Yeah. So it does indeed have power. Huh. Okay. I'm a little bit, I was kind of expecting it not to have power. Okay, so yeah, we've got 5 volts. It did show that our CAN network was up and detected. You're saying, so you're saying powered off, so turn the thing off and measure, would you say it should be, can you measure power frequency? 60 ohms between CAN high and CAN low. Okay, let me power this off. Oh, also, it's we're gonna be doing our giveaway in just a moment here. So, if you haven't signed up for the Polymaker giveaway, do so now if you want to. It's pinned in chat, and we will do that in just a second here. Where is, there we go. So CAN, where was CAN high? I think it's these guys. I'm trying to think of the easiest way I can actually probe these. Will these, on the other side, I wonder if I can probe from the underside of that toolhead board. Or I guess you're saying I can do, no, that's not CAN. So CAN would be here. It's a little tricky to access. Let me see. Did it come with a long USB cable? No. Oh. No, it only came with this little like 4-pin JST. There's no USB hookup on it. I mean, it is USB, it looks like, based off what it's saying. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that's... Alright. Taylor had a short on his board. On his toolhead board or on the cartographer? Okay, let's see if I can... I don't know if I'll even be able to get... Yeah, I don't think I can get these in here. I'm gonna need... So it looks like this is what I'm getting. I mean, this isn't the best connection, but it seems like it's pretty... This is the high and low pins. Did you check to see if it was showing on Can 1? I checked all of them. I checked all of them from the main cell interface. I did to see if there was any UUIDs that weren't assigned. The lighting was shorting out Taylor's boards. Got it. Yeah, I unplugged the lighting now, so it shouldn't have any impact on it. Don't know what else it could be. They're both set to CAN. $32K between CAN high and CAN low is bad. That would suggest that CAN lines aren't connected to the main bus. Is there any other way for me to test that without... Like, an issue I have is I don't have any good way to get my multimeter in there. Like, I was pushing on the end pieces, but I don't know how good of a connection I was truthfully getting. I wonder if I go from here. Let me try one other thing. Okay, that's not working. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Can you show me your MCU? Yeah, you just want to see the full the wiring. Give me just one sec. I feel like I need to shove something in there. Yeah. I think it was the cartographer board. Trying to figure out how I can get this to you without... I think I have to spin the whole printer again, probably. Which I guess is fine, considering we're not really moving. Yeah, let me... I'll switch to that, and then I'll do the giveaway right now. I don't know if I'm doing this the right way or the wrong way. Feels like that's probably the wrong way. Screw it. I'm just going to... Actually, I need to move the camera. I won't be able to plug it in because the power cable's not long enough otherwise, so... Okay. kind of reaches. See if I can pull this just a hair. Okay, let's not fall off the table. All right. Yeah, I just, so it ended up being that I had 20 amp circuits. I just had to replace the receptacle, so that's all I ended up doing. Trying to get you in front of it as much as possible. It's just a little difficult. It's also a rat's nest, so let me know if there's something specifically that you think you want to see it focused in on. Kind of tuck those out of the way so you can see a little bit better. Want to verify what port you're plugged into. It is, I believe this is the CAN port down here at the bottom. Yeah, all up in it. Looks like you're in the right port. Yeah, I did check the wiring, I thought, relatively well, except except for apparently the toolhead board. I don't know, maybe I'll just reach out to FYSETC, say, hey, this is what's going on, what do you guys recommend? Because the toolhead board does light up, it's providing the right voltage to it. The thing that's throwing me is, like, I've had people say that it should basically light up when it detects metal. And I would think that that would not require anything to do with CAN. So before, like, getting into is it a CAN issue, like, I could rule that out, because if it's supposed to light up when it detects metal and it's not, and it's getting the 5 volts it's supposed to be getting, well, then that seems like there's a hardware issue or a firmware issue on the device itself that it's running outside of Clipper. Software config, Clipper setup, calibration, print start macro, first print, migrating from cartographer to scanner. No LED. Cartogra. No LEDs will be on when in DFU mode. DFU mode should be needed a flash. Wait, DFU node should be used a flash if you don't have access to CAN or change to CAN USB. Enter DFU mode. No LEDs. No LEDs will be on when in DFU mode. If the blue LED is lit, even imminently, the device is in runtime mode. So, is it in DFU mode? Entering DFU mode is simple in theory, but a bit more clear in practice. The cartographer plugged in via USB. First, short the 2 pads. So put the device in DFU mode. You can also short the boot 0 pads. I wouldn't think it would be in DFU mode, because it looks like DFU mode has to be entered every time. Like, you'd have to do it when it's booting. It's not like, it takes a bit of force. Like, I'm wiggling it right now. It's not gonna just roll off. Hopefully. once you flash TFU mode, remember to desolder the bridge. So solder the bridge on the boot 0 pads. All right, let me just check for fun to make sure that they didn't just leave it in TFU mode when they flashed it or something. Sure doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like that's the issue. This is making Beacon look simple. Yeah, this is my first experience with this scanner. Hey, I'm gonna come inside a little bit. No, don't bring your blanket out here, buddy. Hey, Jack, I'll be in a few minutes, okay? I love you. All right, for this ensure that if all needs to happen is have the boot pin pulled high when the chip itself starts up. Energy a few minutes simple, there a bit more fiddly. Power plugged in first, short with 2 pads. Cool. So it's not that. Check Discord under live stream. Okay. This is it on the wrong port? Are you saying that this is CAN? Isn't that where mine is? No, this isn't the same board as mine. My board is somewhere here. Do I have it in the wrong spot? This board doesn't look the same as mine. So this has a row here, a row here, so 2 rows. That's weird. So according to this is where mine's plugged in, to the port where it doesn't show it. Right? It says it's supposed to be plugged in right above it. If we look at this, based off that diagram, my CAN port is not plugged in the right spot. According to the diagram, it's supposed to be plugged into the unpopulated section right there, right above it. So, is the diagram incorrect? There's soldering points on there. Like there's the holes are filled with solder. So did they screw up and not put a port where it's supposed to be? Can you verify LTX? So did they just not, is it because they forgot to place a connector on my board? It looks like they attempted to maybe solder a through hole, but there's nothing there. Like the holes have some solder on them. I think if that's the case, what I'm probably going to do is, because it's going to be a pain in the butt to, do you have a blue fuse to the right of the port you're in? No. No, there's no fuse though at all there. Like even above it, there is no fuse. If I were like, there's no fuse at all in that whole section. I'm so confused. I'm very confused right now. Why? Empty holes get filled with solder during wave soldering. Just sent you a pic of mine. So it seems like they just forgot to put a connector in. That's my only... That's what it seems like to me right now. No, that is this. I'm in the right slot then. Mine's in the same spot as yours. So you have a blank spot here, and yours is... Wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, yours looks the same as mine. So there's basically... You have 1, 2, 3 above, then 1, then the gap, and then it's at the farthest bottom of the right. And underneath it is just a couple of pins right here. So that's exactly what I'm looking at. So mine is in the exact same spot as yours. I guess I could make sure that my wires are also correct. Black, green, and then white. Yeah, that looks correct. But yeah, we're in the same spot. That image threw me off because in that image, jumper caps for can. Does yours have a jumper? I didn't see if yours had a jumper cap on it. There's no jumper cap. Yeah, I think I have it right. The blue are jumper pins. Okay. Is that the issue then? But I still wouldn't think it would affect power. And I also, looking at yours, it doesn't look like you have jumpers on yours. I can throw jumpers on there. Board has a built-in resistor, don't need to add a jumper. Got it. Yeah, I am very, from what I went through the last couple days with the machine, with LTX design, help powering off and on, and it just works randomly not working. Yeah, I'm very uncertain at this point what to do. I have a feeling what I'm gonna end up doing is just pausing it and then reaching out to FYSETC and just saying, hey, this is what's going on. What do you guys recommend that I do? But yeah, this is the board. This is what threw me off, because this is not the same board as what I have. Like most of the things are the same here, but this down here is not correct for what I have here. This little jumper is down here, and this is down here. So I don't know, just different versions of it. All right, let's do the giveaway. I don't know really that we're progressing right now. Yeah, I don't really have any immediate. I for some reason I have an inkling that maybe that the cartographer is broken. That is my current thought. I have revision 2 where there's a jumper next to the cam port. Where are we at the minute toolhead board or I think that's revision 1 that you have. I have revision 2. Gotcha. Yeah, so right now, like, it says the CAN network's up. We know we're getting 5 volts to the scanner. And since we're getting 5 volts to the scanner and there's no LEDs, that basically leads me to believe that there's a hardware issue with the scanner. It looks like the only reason there should be no LEDs is if it's in DFU mode, but according to their documentation, you would either have to solder boot, which there's no solder on my boot pads, or I'd have to short it at boot time, which I haven't been doing. So I think that there's something wrong with the cartographer. So I might just see if I can source another one to pop in and see if that fixes it before diving in further. Because there's been a lot of times where I've troubleshooted things and I've gotten like really deep into stuff, and it's just something simple, something silly. Okay, I'm gonna do 60 seconds on the Playmaker giveaway, and then what was I saying? Yeah, 60 seconds if you want to fill out the form for the Playmaker giveaway, and then I'm gonna remove it. We're gonna do the drawing. Does the cartographer just not have firmware? Maybe? It says, I don't know what version this is. It says V3 will come pre-flashed with CAN. I don't see any mention of a versioning on here. I don't know, it could be on the top, and I'm just not seeing it. So I don't know what version this is. Select the correct firmware. Please check which probe you have and which is being used. Okay, that's V1. V2. With current V2 device will only work in the mode that it was purchased. The CAN probe can be forced to work and used as unreliable. Okay, I think it's the V3 because it has an ADXL. Comes default pre-flash with CAN. You can switch between both USB and via firmware with no hardware modification at all. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Your son configures. Maybe that's why he was trying to explain to me why it wasn't working. Yeah, I'll basically shoot them. I'll shoot FYSETC a message later today and see if they get back to me in the next day or so. But if it were me, based off what I'm seeing right now, I think my next bet would be to just get a different cartographer in and see if that's the issue. All right, let us do this. We have got a total of 79 entries. Awesome. I don't think I've said it once today. If you are here hanging out, do me a favor and smack the like button. It definitely is appreciated and only takes a second and helps out the stream. All right. Here is the wheel. You check the switches and confirm you ate. Wait, what? Check the firmware for the cartographer. Did you check the switches and confirm you ate in the USB right behind toolhead? Yeah. So we definitely checked the switches, and they're set to CAN bus on the toolhead. Ah, I dropped my phone. And then I did not have the cartographer in the correct USB port. So that was a big part of today's stream, was having to disconnect everything and pull the toolhead board so we could swap out the location. So it's definitely in the right place now. So yeah, we're gonna do it 33 times today. You liked it so much you hit it twice. Thanks, Petty. Yeah, we'll do 33 for me turning 33 years old. What else I got? yeah, the usual stuff. If you haven't been here for a giveaway, it is global. If you're in the US or Canada, you'll get a gift card. If you're outside of the US or Canada, you will be able to choose a spool of filament on Polymaker's website. I think it's up to $35. You'll get an email from me within 24 hours with the form and the unique ID. And yeah, massive thank you to Polymaker for letting us do these giveaways. And if you do need to get filament and you want to support the channel, there's a link in the description. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help out. So thank you to everyone that's been using those. And with that, let's do this. Let's shuffle 33 times. People have waited long enough. 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay. Good luck, awesome people. In 3, 2, and 1. Benny! Right? Yeah, Benny! Congratulations, buddy. I don't know if you're still in chat. I know I saw you a little while ago. It is not rich. Congratulations, Benny. You are this week's winner, and I will send you an email this evening with the code and that form for you. So thank you, everyone, for entering in. Congrats again to Benny. I don't know if you're still here in chat, but if you are, do a Hadouken and another air horn for you. There he is. Yeah, congrats, man. I will shoot you an email later on today, but I think we're gonna call it here. I don't really feel like the one thing I could try, which is what I think Collie just mentioned, a few others, is trying to flash the firmware on here. Like, I know it says it comes pre-flashed from the factory, but maybe it didn't in this case. Maybe it was a QC thing and they just didn't flash it, or it flashed improperly or corrupted, and that's why it's in this state. I'm curious to see here. Firmware switching. Let's just firmware. CAN bus bit rate switching. Firmware updating. So this is the only firmware you need. You don't need to flash bootloader. So, okay, got it. So this is for the different baud rates. I feel like usually I use 1 mil. Don't for this, since I have multiple things on the same network. Wouldn't I? They all would have to be on the same baud rate, right? I kind of remember Taylor having to flash his. Interesting. I can scrub his stream too and see if that was the case. But yeah, the issue is definitely with that cartographer right now. So I'll check Taylor's stream as well. I feel like that if FYSETC knew that I was gonna have to do that, it would have been nice for them to poke me after him having the issue. Check the file CAN2 setup settings for the baud rate. Okay. Let's just check that really quick. I bet reflashing it will get it straightened out. That'll probably be my next step. I just don't know what is the process of flashing it. Oh, maybe if I put it in DFU mode, then it can be detected, then it can be flashed over CAN, possibly. But it doesn't have power. Guide to flashing cartographer, new updated firmware. Great. Cartographer 3. Update or reflash. So I have to basically use one of these guys. I feel like I've owned one of these once or twice in my life, but I don't know where they would be. Okay. Yeah, I'll check out Taylor's stream and I'll also message FYSETC and see what they say before I just jump into this, because it doesn't look super fun. Yeah. And if I have to buy one of those flashers, I don't think they're very expensive, but it's still like, I don't know. All right, everybody, we're gonna call it here. I'm definitely bummed. I really wanted to move this thing today, and I feel like I did just about everything in my power to like get us set up for success today, and it didn't matter. But you know, it is what it is. I guess the positive thing is that nothing smoked, which is always a good thing. And yeah, I think that's really what I got. Nothing smoked. So sheet happens. We'll get there. We're so close. We're so close. It's like, I know you guys have been waiting and watching the stream too, but I'm like, this thing's been staring at me every time I come out here for like 3 months, and I'm like, I just want to make it move. I just want to make it move at this point. So yeah, I feel I feel like I've done what I can. I, you know, quadruple checked things, except for I will admit, the toolhead board threw me, because the picture, it was showing front and back, but it wasn't labeled, and I just saw a connector, and I don't know that I've ever seen a board like that with the exact same connector, the exact same place, but on the opposite side of the board. So that threw me. I will take the blame though for that. That was on me. But everything else, yeah, I feel really good about it. So, but yeah, I'll update you guys if anything. I'll try to update you guys if anything substantial comes up in the next 24 hours here. Any breakthroughs, I'll let you guys know in the live stream channel. And then I'm not sure whether we'll be streaming this next week. We might end up doing, if the Snapmaker printer ends up showing, what I'll probably do is wheel this off to the side and pull in another little desk bench thing to put that won't take up so much space, so we can play around with that. Because after this week, I'm like, I might just need a week off from this. So, all right, y'all. Is it zoomed in? That's not zoomed in. I'll zoom in a little bit. From the guy behind the printer. Thank you everyone for joining me today and hanging out. Apologies that it was later than normal. Just I needed the extra 30 minutes to get my head on straight. Thank you to all the birthday wishes. Thank you for the crazy amount of memberships, the gifted memberships, the new members, the renewing members, the donations, and just hanging out and having hopefully a good time. So I will be going back to work tomorrow, but Wednesdays are my day off, so that way I can stream, so it shouldn't affect anything, and we should be streaming next Wednesday as well without any sort of delays. So yeah, congrats again, Binny, for being our Polymaker winner, and I will get you that email this evening. So hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week. I do have a video coming out on Saturday, so I feel good that I was able to get a video done. And yeah, till next time, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye everyone.